Hey, welcome back. In the last video, we learned how machine learning can be used in trading. These are a few things that we should know about machine learning to understand its implementation in trading. Training and testing datasets. Types of machine learning tasks: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Let us start with training and testing datasets. Machine learning is heavily dependent on data. The algorithms learn from data. It is crucial that the algos are fed relevant data for the problem they are trying to solve. Typically, the algos work with two datasets: one on which they are trained, and another on which they are tested. Training data is used by algorithms to learn to do a specific task, such as classification or clustering. The model is trained using the training data. Test data is used to test or determine the accuracy of the machine learning algorithms on unseen or new data. It is used to check whether the algorithm yields expected result on previously unknown data. Separating data into training and testing sets is an important task in machine learning. Training and testing data should be mutually independent and created by random sampling. Typically, when you separate a data into a training set and testing set, most of the data is used for training, and a smaller portion of the data is used for testing. After a model has been refined by using the training set, you test the model against the test dataset and determine whether the model's predictions are accurate enough to be deployed. Now that we have a basic understanding of training and testing datasets, let us understand the different types of machine learning tasks. Machine learning tasks can roughly fall into two main categories. One, where we clearly define the expected outcome, and another where the right answer is not defined. The first one, where the expected outcome is clearly defined, is called supervised learning. In supervised learning, each training data consists of input objects and the desired output value or the target. The main task is to produce a function that will map input values to the output value in a way such that, when you have new input data, you should be able to make reasonable prediction about the target value. Such type of learning is called supervised learning, because training datasets are predefined, and can be thought of as a teacher supervising the learning process. Supervised learning problems can be divided into classification and regression problems. If a supervised learning algorithm analyzes the training data and produces an output in classes or in a discrete form such as 0 or 1, then it is called a classification problem. If the output is continuous, then it is called a regression problem. For example, if you want to classify pictures into labels such as animals and birds, in order to make the classification, your algorithm is provided with labeled pictures. After training on these labeled pictures, your algorithm should be able to categorize unlabeled images with some level of accuracy. This would be considered a classification problem. Similarly, if you are given a dataset containing the parameters which affect the price of a house, and you are expected to make a prediction for the price of the house, then it is a regression problem. The second set of problems where the expected outcome is not defined is called unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning refers to a broad array of machine learning algorithms, which are used to draw inferences from datasets consisting of input data without labeled responses. This implies that the algorithm is not presented with the right output for a sample input, but instead is forced to learn the correct way to produce an output in an unsupervised manner. Unsupervised learning mostly forms the significant part of learning for the human brain, and hence is an important segment of machine learning. There are two approaches to unsupervised learning. The first involves using some sort of reward system to indicate success. This type of system falls under the decision problem framework, because the goal is to make decisions that maximizes rewards. The second type of unsupervised learning is called clustering. Here, the goal is to find similarities in the training data. The assumption in such a system is that the clusters discovered will match reasonably well with an intuitive classification. For example, the clustering of individuals based on demographics might result in clustering the high and low income groups into cluster. It might seem that all machine learning algorithms can be categorized into supervised and unsupervised learning. But that is not the case. Reinforcement learning involves techniques that try to retrofeed the model to improve performance. In order to accomplish this, the model needs to be able to interpret signals, decide on an action, and then compare the outcome against a predefined reward system. Reinforcement learning tries to understand what needs to be done in order to maximize the rewards. This is not a supervised type of learning, because it does not strictly depend on supervised or labeled data. It relies on the algo's ability to interpret the response of the actions being taken, and measure them against the definition of the reward. And it is not unsupervised learning either, because it receives and modifies the model according to the feedback received against the predefined reward system. In the next video, we turn to Python, and learn about importing libraries we need for coding a strategy. If you would like to know about Python, take this simple course for free. The link is given in the description. If you found this content helpful, do share it with your peers, and subscribe to our channel to receive more such content.